Most product backlogs are a mess, either cramped with excessive detail that no one reads or too vague for teams to act on. What if there was a better way? A way that balances clarity and creativity, enabling self organizing teams to unlock their full potential. Today, we're diving into three proven backlog practices that will unleash your team's innovation. First, a traditional business requirements document tries to predict everything upfront, often resulting in rigid, outdated specifications before implementation even starts. In contrast, an agile backlog serves as a promise for meaningful conversations rather than a fixed specification document. This approach embodies the 11th Agile principle. The best implementation frameworks, requirements, and designs emerge from self organizing teams. Backlog management isn't just about writing product backlog items, PBIs. It's a phased approach that mirrors a common facilitation model. You start by freely exploring ideas, moving to a phase of rigorous debate, and then synthesize the discussion into actionable plans. The first phase, inception, is where we intentionally keep options open. The focus is not on prioritizing or refining yet, it's about capturing a comprehensive view of what's needed without prematurely committing to specific solutions. Inputs come from customer needs, stakeholder insights, technical considerations, and regulatory requirements. Instead of specifying how something should be implemented, we focus on problems to solve and desired outcomes to deliver. This ensures broad coverage of product or service development without limiting future flexibility. The next phase, workshops, is where the real exploration begins. Ideas are debated, challenged, and examined from different perspectives. Teams ask questions like: what approaches exist to solve this problem? What constraints should we consider? What assumptions might be wrong? And are there more efficient alternatives? The goal isn't to finalize decisions, but to deliberately delay commitment long enough to maximize innovation and creativity. Unfortunately, many teams rush past this phase if they do it at all, going straight from inception to refinement. That's when you get problematic backlog items that describe specific technologies, assume designs are already perfect, or limit exploration and experimentation. At this stage, we should be challenging constraints, not imposing them prematurely. The final phase, refinement, is where we move from possibilities to strategic choices. This is the phase where teams sharpen acceptance criteria, clarify what success looks like, decide what not to do, and finalize dependencies and risks. Unlike a BRD, this process preserves flexibility until just before execution, allowing teams to make the best decisions while using the most current information available. In this process, rules remain clear while preserving self organization. Business experts define what to build, who will benefit, and why it matters to them, while staying away from dictating how to implement. Teams engage in the conversation, identifying risks, dependencies, and approaches, and stakeholders provide business insights without prescribing solutions. Maintaining the right level of detail requires vigilance. When backlog items contain phrases like using technology X or by implementing Y, pause and ask yourself whether these specifics are truly necessary constraints, or perhaps they are premature implementation decisions. Common signs of overspecification include solution statements disguised as requirements, technical implementation details in business level items, and prescriptive descriptions before or without team exploration. Traditional BRDs attempt to define everything upfront: what the solution is, how it must be built, and sometimes even the exact implementation tasks. Well, this may seem like a way to ensure clarity. In reality, it locks teams into rigid approaches and prevents them from adapting to new information. Worse, it reduces teams to order takers, stripping them of critical thinking, engagement, and accountability, essentially turning them into executors of pre made decisions rather than active problem solvers. And in fast changing areas like AI development, where tools and models evolve rapidly, maintaining a flexible backlog is critical. If teams lock in implementation details too early, they risk committing to solutions that are already obsolete by the time that they get implemented. Just in time backlog refinement is non negotiable for AI related work. Teams should delay committing to specific AI approaches for as long as possible, allowing refinement to happen as close to implementation as feasible. By deferring detailed commitments, teams can adapt to breakthroughs and ensure their solutions stay current. Ultimately, effective backlog management isn't about perfect documentation. It's about fostering the right discussions at the right time to drive innovation. So ask yourself, is your backlog fueling creativity or is it locking your team into a rigid path? Are you enabling innovation or are you locking your team into rigid execution? The difference reflects whether you're truly embracing self organization or merely adopting agile terminology while maintaining traditional control. Let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to learn more about how to speed your team's productivity by shifting from counting outputs to delivering outcomes, click one of these. I'll be happy to tell you all about it.